that is uterus, here it is fundus, corpus, cervix, that is vagina. Here it is portio vaginalis inside of vagina. This part is portio supravaginalis above of vagina. Here it is isthmus uteri, that is the border between body and neck. And you know that that is a rectum, that peritoneum from rectum continues to uterus, and from uterus continues to urinary bladder. Yes? And what is this pouch? Excavator recto uterina, and here it is excavator vesica uterina. And you can see that posterior wall and posterior fornix of vagina, it supplies with peritoneum. Anterior fornix have not got peritoneum in front. Clear it is. That is why we can make punction of posterior fornix of vagina, and if we need to receive fluid from excavatio recta uterina, if we found blood, here it is, maybe it is extrauterine pregnancy, for example, in fallopian tube or in abdominal cavity. Or if it is pus, maybe it is acute appendicite, and appendix vermiformis broken, and pus from appendix vermiformis descend to Douglas pouch. That is, if we need to make correct diagnosis, we can make punction of posterior fornix of vagina, because peritoneum supplies it. That is differences of posterior fornix from anterior fornix. Mucous membrane of vagina has short oblique folds anteriorly and the same short oblique folds posteriorly. Name of these folds are ruga vaginalis, and this ruga vaginalis makes columna rugarum anteriorly and posteriorly, column of this short ruga. Columna rugarum, anterior and posterior columna rugarum we can see in vagina. Neck of the uterus, the same has specific folds, that is one longitudinal fold, and from this longitudinal fold arise short oblique folds. It's look like folia of the palm. That is why name of these folds in neck of the uterus are plica palmata in cervix of the uterus. Specific folds in cervix, they are plica palmata, and specific folds in vagina, that is ruga vaginalis. Some words about wall of the uterus. Maybe you know that external coat of the uterus, that is peritoneum, it has specific name, that is perimetrium. Muscular coat of the uterus, it has name myometrium. And inner coat, that is mucous membrane of the uterus, it has name endometrium. Thickest coat, of course, that is myometrium, because in time of pregnancy uterus is enlarged in size, and it helps to in time of delivery of fetus. Fat tissue which is surround uterus in the region of neck of the uterus. This fat has name parametrium. What happened? Something happened? No? What is the differences between perimetrium and parametrium? Perimetrium, that is what? That is peritoneum, which is surround uterus, and parametrium, that is fat tissue in space between uterus and peritoneum. That is parametrium, that is fat. What we can see here. And again, first of all, you need to take uterus correct. That is anterior surface and posterior surface, because ovary, it is posteriorly. Now, this border of the ovary, that is margo libera. It is margo mesovarium. This end extremitas uterina, and this ligament proper ligament of the ovary, ligamentum ovarii proprium. This end extremitas tubaria, and it is ligament, ligamentum suspensorium ovarii. It is mesovarium, that is medial surface, and it is lateral surface. That is fallopian tube, and fallopian tube has 4 parts. First part inside of the uterus, that is pars uterina. Then near of the uterus, this part of fallopian tube, that is isthmus tubuterina. Next part, that is ampule, it is widest part of fallopian tube. And last is infundibulum, and infundibulum surrounds with the help of fimbria tubaria. All of these processes on the border of infundibulum, they are fimbria tubaria, and one longest fimbria in direction of the ovary, that is fimbria avarica. Upper part of the uterus, that is fundus, then body, it is isthmus, not so clear to see, cervix, that is a neck, that is wall of vagina, and you can see it is portio vaginalis, not very clear to see. What is this ligament of the uterus? That is broad ligament. That is broadly ligamentum latum uteri. At the base, inferior part of broad ligament has name ligamentum cardinale uteri. All another ligaments, it is impossible to see because they are in front and behind. Vesica uterina, recta uterina, and sacra uterina. No, I think that is wall of the uterus, and you can see it is small cavities, that is cavities of the uterus. And all of this wall, that is muscular cord, muscle myometrium, external cord perimetrium, inner cord endometrium, and all of this fat which is near of uterus, that is parametrium. I think that is all. What is it? What is it? Urinary bladder. It is deferent duct, vas deferens, right and left. It is seminal vesicle. It is prostate gland. And what is it? Ureter. And it is opening of apex of prostate gland, and it is urethra, male urethra. Urethra stud, it is. That is urethra. Well, is it right or left testis? Left, because sinus opens laterally. It is epididymis testis, and sinus epididymis looks laterally. That is left testis. Well, this diagram is not necessary to draw, only for your understanding. Well, that is all.